Hi guys, Big Bang Biker here. So in today's topic, I just wanted to talk about three bikes: the RTR 200, the NS 200, and FZ25. Because a lot of people are confused to buy a bike between these three, and they keep asking me on my channel on any video that I post because they're really confused. Now, few people might come on my channel here. Oh, that spoiler was crazy, man. Well, yeah, a few people might come on my channel and even comment this, that, FZ25 is really close to a Duke 250 and not these 200s. But then again, Duke 250 will cost around 2 lakh rupees, while NS 200 costs around 1 lakh 20,000. Then FZ costs around 1 lakh 40,000-50,000. I'm not really sure. And then RTR costs around 1 lakh 20,000 or 1 lakh 15,000. So you see the price point, and that's why people are confused whether they have to go for a 200cc or a 250cc Yamaha. So this is where I'll start the vlog and give a proper comparison between these three bikes, and I hope it helps you guys. Yeah, so firstly let's start with RTR 200. Now this is one of the most refined motorcycle that TVS produces. It lacks in both torque and BHP, but the engineering is as such that the braking on the bike, the feeling of the throttle on the bike, and the way it handles is the best in the segment. It beats both FZ25 and NS200 when it comes to handling and braking for sure. It has got a very good instrument cluster when compared to both NS and FZ25. It's much more informative. It also has a gear shift indicator for all the new beginners who start riding this bike, and so certainly it also looks good, which you all know. So in that sense, it has many positives for a beginner rider to start with. But when it comes to torque, FZ25 is the best in the segment when it comes to 200 and 250cc bikes. It has loads of torque. It certainly is more muscular than both NS and RTR. It has a little taller stance. So FZ25 as well, the handling is awesome. But yeah, RTR is a little more better when it comes to handling, because me being a RTR owner and riding an RTR 200, I certainly know for a fact that the cornering ability on that bike or switching from one lane to the other, it's really quick on that bike, and you learn a lot when it comes to RTR. FZ25 would be a proper upgrade for all the people who have started with a 100cc bike or a 125cc bike and they want to buy a good bike. Instead of going for a RTR 200, they can really go for FZ25 and learn everything. So since I've reviewed all RTR 200, NS 200 and FZ25, I certainly know these things, how they work and how closely they can be compared to each other. So you can check out those full reviews on my channel as well. So yeah, now what is that FZ gets us? A bulletproof engine. As you all know, R15 is one of the best 150cc engines that is there in India right now, and few people who have been owning R15 for 6-7 years now, maybe 6 years I guess, have been thoroughly enjoying the bike, and there hasn't been any issue with the engine as such. And so you can say that if you get a FZ25, the reliability will be very high and you can enjoy the bike. It is much more smoother than NS200 and RTR 200 combined. So that is where the Yamaha work comes in. Also it has got LED headlights, and so that works into your favor as well. It looks stylish. And now coming to finally the NS200. NS200, as you know, is one of the best in the naked bike segment, and it certainly has got more power than FZ25 and RTR 200. So hence it does higher top speed when compared to both of them, and I've done a video on that as well. Do check it out. So even though it has higher BHP and does higher top speed, I would say that it lacks torque, man. Until and unless you don't cross 6000 RPM, you cannot really enjoy NS200 at all. While FZ25, you get all the power at 6000 RPM itself. So that is the main difference that you need to know what you want, whether it is torque or whether it's higher end power that you want. And now the BS4 compliant which I rode recently is so smooth for the NS200. You can certainly go for it. I know for a fact that it is very smooth and can be related to FZ25 and RTR 200 when it comes to the smoothness. So that is really good, and NS200 is a looker, man. It's really nice in the new paint scheme. So now comes the question as to which bike to buy. Finally, which is the bike that you have to buy? If you are a beginner rider, then I would certainly say go for RTR 200 and not to FZ25 or the NS200, because FZ25 is torquey and RTR and NS200 is having higher BHP and you have to rev all the time. But RTR 200 is jack of all trades. It has torque lower down in the rev range and also BHP to get you to 130 km per hour, I believe, or 140, I don't really know. 140 is an overkill, I won't believe it. 130 km per hour, it's very easy for it, and you can enjoy the bike like crazy. And you will learn a lot from that bike, how to brake late, you know, how to corner, how you can be confident in city traffic and everything. Also, the mileage will be much better when compared to the NS200 and FZ25. If you are coming from a 125cc bike or a 150cc bike and want to upgrade, that is where you have to think about NS200 or FZ25 according to me, because you will be hungry for more power and you will buy, your budget will be around 1.4 lakhs or 1.5 lakhs, and you will be looking at mileage of around 30-35. That is where NS200 is better for the highways. And yeah, this is what I wanted to say. NS200 is awesome for the highways when compared to both FZ25 and RTR 200. Even though there is too much wind blast, NS200 handles it much better when compared to the other two. And so you will have to think actually whether you want to do city rides, go to college, go to your friend's house, then you go for FZ25. You will have a blast in the city. But if you're thinking, no, I want to do longer rides or weekend rides, definitely go for NS200, as it would be a proper upgrade if you are thinking in the range of 1.2 to 1.5 lakhs, and it will be very nice. So finally, one thing that is there on RTR 200 which both of them don't is the option of ABS. Even though the ABS option is not yet delivered to the Indian market yet, it is the only naked bike in the 200-250cc segment in the price range lesser than 1.5 lakhs to get ABS. So that is really important. Also, there is an option of Pirellis. So I hope in the next 4 or 5 months, all these options will be available, and then RTR would be the perfect bike to buy, because it will have Pirellis on, it will have ABS, and you will be really happy on that bike. At this point, I would like to end the vlog, and I hope it was helpful. Let me reiterate everything. RTR is the best bike for beginners when it comes to the naked bike. FZ25 and NS200 can be considered as an upgrade when you're coming from a 100 or a 125cc bike. So a few people might also tell me that he's a beginner rider and he has bought an NS. It's not a mistake. This is my opinion, that's it, because I certainly can relate to it, and so I'm saying it. So with this, I hope this vlog was really informative for you guys. Do check out the full reviews on my channel for all these 3 bikes, and you'll have a proper understanding as to what I'm really saying and relate to it. All the best with you going to purchase a new bike, and congrats in advance when you're buying one. Bye bye.